Hello everyone, my name is Philipp Siedler and I'm presenting to you HIVEX, a high-impact environment suite for multi-agent research. In this presentation, very briefly, I will cover critical ecological challenges and role of machine learning in natural societies and multi-agent research. The main part of the presentation will be an introduction to the 5 environments in the HIVEX environment suite, which are wind farm control, wildfire resource management, ocean plastic collection, drone-based reforestation, and aerial wildfire suppression. I will also briefly go over experiments, results, and discussion, limitations, and potential impact, a glimpse into further work, including LLM mediation, and finally HIVEX leaderboard. On the left, I show 2 graphs that show the number of granted patents per year. Green and yellow isolated climate inventions and AI inventions, red is a combination of such. While the number of submitted patents increase, still the global mean temperature change per year continues to grow, indicating there are opportunities for further research and innovation. We can categorize climate change-related areas into mitigation, for example, reducing emissions through transformative measures, adaptation by enhancing resilience and improving disaster management, and disaster response, specifically managing emergencies caused by climate-related events. The HIVEX environment suite aims to pay into these categories. Agents can control bespoke dynamic objects in the environment, such as wind turbines, watchtowers, drones, plastic collection vessels, or aeroplanes. Across the environments, we have various patterns of terrain elevation levels, as well as task counts. The complexity of observations and action space increase from left to the right. Why have we modeled these environments as multi-agent systems? We believe in the real world more often than not, one can find scenarios that include multi-agents. While we only look at homogeneous groups of agents, a more realistic take would probably include many more actors, potentially autonomous. Furthermore, we are excited about what our society or examples from nature such as meerkats or ants can achieve as collectives. Let me introduce you to the first environment, wind farm control. It includes multiple wind turbines, a dynamic main wind direction and noise field. For this environment and all other environments, I will only briefly explain the main task and not consider subtasks. The observations are turbine position, turbine direction, and wind direction at each turbine. Agents can turn the turbine to the left or right, and they are rewarded by energy they are generating by orienting the turbine against the wind. It is worth mentioning that wind direction in the simulation can change quicker than the turn speed of each turbine. The second environment is Wildfire Resource Management. Here we procedurally generate terrain and also include dynamic features such as wind, field, overcast, temperature, humidity, and terrain steepness. Combinations of these conditions support or hinder the growth of the wildfire. This is an example set of the procedural generated terrain with increasing terrain elevation levels towards the bottom. Each watchtower has sensors to observe the dynamic features as well as the overall closest observed fire location by its neighborhood. Agents can send support to direct neighboring watchtowers or itself. Rewards are granted by being well prepared when fire is incoming. Since this is a collaborative setup, agents receive individual rewards but also a collective reward. Next is the environment ocean plastic collection, including a Berlin noise-based trash field and 3 agents, such as the previous environment. This is also a collaborative setup. However, here we increase the observation space to also include visual observations, a grid that is moving with the plastic collection vessel. Additionally, agents observe vessel positions, forward direction, and closest agent position. In the fourth environment, drone-based reforestation, we procedurally generate bowl-shaped terrain and forest. Each agent controlling one drone can observe the distance to the ground, its position, spawn height, if it's carrying a seed, and its battery level. Here we also include a 32 by 32 visual observation from a downward pointing camera. The agent's main task is to pick up a seed from the station, find areas in need but close enough to existing tree line to collect various rewards. Finally, this is the fifth environment, Aerial Wildfire Suppression. Just as in the Wildfire Resource Management environment, we include procedurally generated terrain and a set of dynamic features that influence fire growth. Additionally, we introduce a randomly placed village to introduce a notion of importance across the island. Agents controlling each aeroplane observe its position, forward vector, closest tree state, as well as a 42 by 42 by 3 visual observation from a downward pointing camera. Actions are move left, move right, or drop water. Agents must steer the aeroplane towards the shoreline to collect water and a small reward. Extinguishing trees or preparing them, that is, wetting trees to divert fire growth, yields rewards. We have tested all our environments and task patterns, task terrain elevation combinations using PPO. On the left are the resulting average cumulative reward grids during testing. On the right, we map the average cumulative reward for pattern or terrain elevation levels 0 on the y-axis to the task on the x-axis. We show that the task introduced yield various difficulties and challenges. The main drawback of our work is the realism of these environments. For agents trained on our environments to generalize well in the real world, each would need significant work and include real-world data. Real-world data is expensive and rarely open source, but we believe our environment seed can spark interest and seed further development. Furthermore, we want to acknowledge that the environments are biased and limited to a single climate zone. I would like to briefly introduce you to a project that already has originated from the HIVEX environment suite called LLM-mediated guidance of model systems, showing that injecting reasoning and strategies using LLMs during training can result in higher performance on the Aerial Wildfire Suppression environment. This work has been done with Ian Gemp and is accepted at AMAS 2025. Finally, I would like to highlight the HIVEX environment suite leaderboard, which can be found on Hugging Face. All our code and environments can also be found on GitHub, and I would be very excited for feedback and any contribution in the future. Thank you very much.